Hey, how's everyone doing? My name is Jamie. Coming to you from Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, located here in coastal Carolina, right here on the eastern shoreboard. You know, it's beautiful weather coming up. We got spring rolling in. We got summer coming up. And I know I'm getting ready to go out to the water. I don't know about you. Are you getting ready to go out to the water? Are you? If you said yes, you're about 98% of the people around this area getting ready to go out, enjoy the weather, enjoy the water, and just go enjoy life and what everything has to offer around here. Speaking of water, that's going to bring me to my topic for today. Today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about water safety and why water safety is so important. Before I start talking to you about that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. When I was about 16 years old, I became a lifeguard, saving other people's lives in the water. It's something I've been doing for almost 10 years now, and I love it. I love it so much that after I came in the Marine Corps in 2009, I actually went to a school to teach Marines how to swim. I know, concept, right? You wouldn't think Marine, water, right? But there are Marines out there who know how to swim, and I'm the guy that teaches them how to swim. It's amazing. And in 2010, I actually became a lifeguard instructor, teaching the people you see every day at the pool how to do their jobs and how to save your life. So today, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I know and what I have learned, and I'm going to share that knowledge with you. All right, some of the things that we're going to cover is we're going to cover a little bit of statistical information, basic, what everybody wants to know and why we have to do this. Another thing I'm going to cover some things to look out for in the water. And people may not know what to look for. They might just go out to the water, not even think twice, dive on in, and think everything's fine and dandy. And then I'm going to cover some ways to get out of a dangerous situation. All right, so first and foremost, I'm going to roll right into it. All right, a little bit of statistical information. Between 2004 and 2009, 3,533 people died in the water from a non-boat related incident. Every year, another 375 people died boat related. That's a big difference between non-boat related and boat related. Not to mention, the amount of people dying in the water every year adds up to about 10 people a day. And you can tell me this, we don't swim in the winter really. It's too cold. So most of these injuries and deaths are occurring in the summer months, but averaging out to that 10 people a day. That's a lot of people. Some of the big things that some of the reasons that people drown is, I'm going to go over acronyms with you real quick. Acronym FIL. All right, this is what I use to teach other people about things to look for. All right, F, that failure to recognize a dangerous situation. People just don't know what to look for. People go out to the water, they think everything's fine and dandy, and then boom, they're gone. I, inability to get out of a dangerous situation. This is that lack of, being able to swim. All right, a lot of people grow up in an area where they don't have the water. I had the luxury of growing up on a coast. I grew up in St. Petersburg, Florida, right 5 minutes away from the water, so I learned how to swim at a very, very young age. That brings me to L, lack of knowledge of self-rescue. Some people they get into a situation, they begin to panic. They start feeling around, their muscles start tensing up, and they just turn to rocks and they sink, and they cannot rescue themselves, let alone anybody else that could potentially be with them. These are big reasons why people drown every year. Another thing are these things called rip currents. People hear about them, you see signs for them at the beach, but you don't really actually know what they are. Well, I'm going to go over you a little bit about what these rip currents are. Pretty much, when you see a wave come in, where do you think that wave comes from? Wave comes from deeper water. That water comes in from deep and moves into shallow. Where do you think the water has to go? If you said out, you're absolutely correct. The water has to go back out into that deeper water to be able to recycle and start to flow all over again. How does it get out? Does it just move out all at once and then move back in? No, it forms these things called rip currents. What these things are is it's a funnel. The water comes in, comes together, and then funnels out in one straight line back out in a deeper water. How do I know when a rip current is occurring? Great question. I'm going to tell you how. Some of the things you can look for is a channel of churning, choppy like water. It also might be a little foamy and white in color as well. And you'll be able to see them standing on the beach. Next time you're on the beach, just look out. You'll see the rip currents. They may not be large, they might not be powerful, but they're still rip currents nonetheless. It's a slight discoloration of the water moving straight back out into open water. How do I get out of them? That is a great question. First things first, don't panic. Alright? Once you start to panic, you're going to let that overwhelming fear control you, and all it's going to do is overpower you. Next thing you want to do is you want to look for the shore. If you can see the shore and you're staring directly at the shore, you need to turn directly left or directly right and swim in that direction. You want to swim parallel to the shore, because what a rip current does is it goes perpendicular to the shore. It goes straight out from the shore. So swimming across it is going to be your best bet to get up and out of that rip current. Third, don't fight it. Don't try to swim into the rip current. Swimming into the rip current, all it's going to do is tire you out and cause you to go back into that lack of ability for self-rescue. Once you've lost all your power, then you might as well just pray to whoever it is that you pray to. Next thing we're going to go over is some ways to save yourself. Alright, so when you get into these situations, whether it be rip currents or undertows, anything of that nature, or you just get into water that is way too deep for you to be able to swim, I want you to remember this acronym: SAFE. S. You want to apply some slow, easy movement. Alright, when you start moving around really, really quickly, your muscles are going to tense up. And when your muscles tense up, what that does is it turns them into rocks. Alright, when your muscles tense, it's going to shoot all that oxygen out of your muscles and turn them into rocks. Do rocks float? No, rocks do not float. So you want to make sure that you are staying nice and loose, nice and relaxed. Next thing, you gotta apply your natural buoyancy. I know, natural buoyancy, right? I'm a person, I'm just gonna sink to the bottom. Not true. My natural buoyancy is 4 feet below the water. I know what you're thinking. That's not buoyant. But am I at the bottom? No. I'm 4 feet below the surface. So what does that mean for me? If I was to stop moving and I look up, all I would have to do is do one big pull and I'm back at the surface. I am that buoyant. F. Full lung inflation. Your lungs are like balloons. You fill your lungs up, they're going to fill with air. What does a balloon do when it's full of air? It floats. Alright, so you want to keep those lungs nice and full the entire time. A way I do this is I do what's called quick breathing. I'll take a deep breath in, and then when I have to breathe, I'll exhale quickly and inhale quickly, like this. Very simple technique, keeps the lungs nice and full, and it keeps all the oxygenated blood flowing through the body. Last thing, and probably the most important thing, extreme relaxation. If you're not extremely relaxed, you're probably in a state of panic. And if you're in a state of panic, then you're probably going to drown. So you want to stay completely relaxed in the water. Do not begin to flail around. Do not start moving very quickly, back to slow, easy movement. Do not start hyperventilating, back to full lung inflation. And make sure that you're not tensing up your muscles to cause your body to act like a rock, so you can't apply your natural buoyancy. See how all this stuff ties together. Alright, so today we talked a little bit about things to look for in the water. You got your rip currents and things of that nature. We also talked about some ways that you can apply some self-rescue. And we talked about some of the national statistics here in America. Um, Again, my name is Jamie. It's a pleasure telling you guys a little bit about what I know, and I hope everyone has a great day. Bye.